comes for GX though, you probably wanted to leave your bot lane alone a little bit, and the center, Alistar, is fine if you reach one item and you can let the cow go roaming. You can't do that against a Kalista Renata easily, and you can't do that. They've buffed up the coaching team to help them with that. The Duffman effect we talked about once or twice, as the crowd is happy we're into it as well.
Bit of an engage down bot side though, as in they go. Noah now in danger, trying to back away. Making sure they're safe on the top side. Looking for the 1v1, Lord gets it! Transfusion! And Oscarinin is exsanguinated.
The Gwen bled out by the Vladimir for the first blood of the game as bot lane survives. So we're saying, hey, Noah Jun doing a good job of not giving up too much in that bot side. They do, of course, have to hang on a second. Jun tried to stop a recall, might get caught now.
He's in danger, flashes for a head, but knocks him onto turret. Mickey's in danger, stunned up, and he's dead as well. The bailout, it's just too late. No money in the world will save Renata.
Supports go down, however, Upset gets...
here, Noah, to get a little chunked out, needs to be wary of the potential dive. Skarner with the boulder in claw. It's only hand, of course, as the insect creature. Now looking to potentially dive one in. Last embrace is good. Noah, though, eats loads of damage. The piercing darkness is solid, but a handshake comes on through, and it is very firm indeed. Upset putting a lot of spears into Jun, who will get rendered. Isma, and I'm not sure he wants to be there, and will swiftly decide that
might go for a plant in mid lane, try and force the ult out of Jackie's.
Does get that Weaver's Wall across, and Jackie's will be forced to ult. Lot will have burned that Sanguine Pool for a second. Isma is here, but it's just a double impale! And Oscarinin picks up the Vladimir. Needs to back away here versus Isma, looking for a Q, flashes on forwards, and tries to get the shield vault that just doesn't end up being enough. Another kill.
It's so nice when you have the lanes to play around like that. That Kalista Renata just exploding the map makes it so much easier to play the game. Now this is going to be very, very difficult for GX. GX are typically a very objective-focused team. They are now down the grubs. They're down a lot of ability to fight for those early objectives. GX have said if they can survive through the early lanes, if they can get towards one item...
What's his flash for it even? That's commitment to the cause. All the while though, Dragon still up. Oscar snaps on forward, throws down some needles, and looking to jump onto Lot, who's eating a lot of that damage. Hemoplate now comes back on through, but there's a grand Starfall! Comes out of the pool a little early, and it ends up being a 1-for-1.
The fact that's a 1-for-1 where you buy the ultimate from Isma is still a win though. Razok on the other side can still cross-map, knowing that Isma can't get there.
It's going to be a big deal indeed. The Impale does go very wide though, nothing on those barbecue skills. In comes the Dawning Shadow though, and Jackie's looking to outplay. Mickey will go into the bailout, but I don't know how much time it's really going to buy. Gets the charm after onto Upset. Mickey dead, and Upset down his flash and his cleanse.
So both sides of the...
Isma now looking to find this Talia. You can surf all you want on all those rocks. It's going to get a little dicey. Jumps across the unraveled earth though, and Razok being around makes it a much more interesting affair. Driven into the wall, and Humanoid was never as alone as he appeared.
This one, Fnatic will have 3 grubs, most amount of kills in the early game, and themselves the first dragon from that objective superiority.
Ren stacks 2 health, turns it into that weighted coin flip, and swiftly secured. That is the objective mark towards feats of strength, and now... So, turrets auto, that'll be an extra one picked up there for Fnatic. First
the game came through. Both mid laners have found a bit of an identity playing towards this. He charms him up on the wall.
Drag straight back out, wipe out. And Talia can surf all she wants. Unfortunately, she's tumbling off that board.
We literally had an interview
before. However, give Oscar free reign to attack the turret on the other side of the map, so she'll be able to pick that one up. Jackie's will do his best to get shove on that bot side, but I think a lot of damage has been done to the tier 1, so I don't know if though still doesn't have the ult, and has stayed a long, long time in this bot side, especially with Dragon coming on up. Razok just walking and autoing, throws down the smite, trying to force at least something here. Gets a charm, but Upset coming alongside Mickey X. This box is going nowhere but an early grave.
GX overstaying that bot side, and now both Jackies and Humanoid have found their demise in that side lane. You can tell that they've learned from each other. Senna pushing that mid lane, Razok going deep into the enemy jungle now. GX not really in a position to do much about it. Herald summoned, and going to take a big chunk out of the bot lane in a turret.
Looking to try and get a little bit more value here. That tier 2 swiftly going to fall though, courtesy of the Herald charge helping it to get enough of this wave shoved in, and then look towards that dragon that's just spawned. Nice moment for Fnatic. Accelerate the gold lead a little bit further.
Upset walking up again, actually. Very powerful. 4-kill Kalista, remember?
He is mighty indeed. Gets the bailout, keeps hunting. That's a fair amount of damage. I see what he was looking for. Forces a Hemo plague at the very least.
Yeah, you do not tangle with that Kalista. Knows that there's still a little bit of time on the Pantheon ult. There's no way you're going to get interrupted on that play. Dragon now started up by Fnatic. You know, a lot of people would have said, well, you know, they got that kill onto Jackie's. Why didn't they immediately? They still had the full dominance on that bot side of the map. They didn't have to rush towards there. They got some other stuff first, and now they can make a play.
Towards that mid lane, throwing up Evil at Isma. Noah just doesn't have the wave clear to help keep that turret up, and so Fnatic pick up the mid-tier 1, no real contest.
And then move to the side of the map with your other members and just try your luck. Now they go back towards the Atakan after forcing out the bot side of the map. They will lose that top lane turret, but with the work that Jackie's had put into that earlier, it's likely to go down anyway. Jackie's get some gold, Fnatic get the Atakan.
Happy enough with that. I think GX trying to get what they can off the map, because it has been a little bit rough for them over the last 10 minutes, so the mid-game has gone their way, really. Still look to scale up well enough, of course. They've still got the Vladimir. Handshakes Jun, though, for an easy headbutt. Pulverize still goes forwards and will run away swiftly there. Maybe going to be jumped on regardless, though. Can make his will unbreakable at some point and does so. Weaver's Wall now coming on in. Fnatic want this fight. Upset, bouncing onto Isma. Hostile takeover across everyone. But in they come as Law in the backline on the Vladimir. Finds a few. Still, though, it's dangerous. Oscar in begins to hunt, makes it a double of his own. Continuing to snip people down to side. Into the Sanguine Poogles lot. Noah continue to try and heal people up. They've gone so damn deep. Humanoid doing his best to throw down to credit volley, but Oscar will surely fall as well. It's a bloodbath. And Vladimir wins that.
Jump, third dragon to Fnatic.
Soul point secured. Fnatic was a scrappy last fight, but the end result is still an overall macro advantage.
Because of that, Dragon now spawning in under a minute would be sold for Fnatic. That is going to be definitely something that GX wants tonight. How do they approach this?
Both top laners just picked up third items. Jun already forced to ult. Look at it go in with the flash pulverize. Impale comes on down with the Dawning Shadows buying a lot of time. Hostile takeover, though, afterwards from Mickey X is exquisite. And Jun goes down. The last embrace lands with the handshake back on it. Isma puts him in a dangerous position, tries to shield bolt in, and Upset's having none of it. The redemption, not enough to keep Mickey alive, but he gets another in the backside. Upset continues to hop, skip, and jump. It's not quite the penta, because Oscar gets...
Upset has on the other side too. He is so far ahead of Noah. And they've just not been able to deal with this.
17 Gwen with Ghost ult and an Ocean Soul. I'm not sure how easy that's going to be, and Oscar kind of just walks away.
Well, what were your options? You can't take group fights easily. Razor or Upset with the bailout with the Ocean Soul. It's too hard to cut through the first target in front of you. Maybe try and find someone isolated. Try and use the Hex Flash over the wall, maybe.
VP coming on in as well. Weaver's Wall there as well. Goes for the pulverize. It's only onto Razor. The hostile takeover doesn't really land onto anyone, but it has kept people split off. Jackie did finally get caught by that one, but his Law is dead. The Vladimir is staked. Van Helsing becomes Upset. Very appropriate considering the stakes he keeps throwing out. They'll look to get a hold of this mid lane tier 1.
GX try and go for a last gasp, but this might just be the base falling. One lane down, two lane down, third one to fall after that point. This is going to be tutorial League of Legends. All of the inhibitors down on the same push.
And with a man down, and a very important one of that in the Vladimir, there is no creature of the night here to defend them. That final inhibitor down and tutorial completed. Next step, Nexus turrets.
GX have been on a bit of a hot streak, but Fnatic, they've got a point to prove coming into that lower bracket, and they have not taken prisoners this game.
They were looking to prove themselves still very deadly here in playoffs, and they have done just that in game 1. An upper bracket blip, and they come back with a vengeance. GX defeated in short order.
Fnatic